The first 3 years of our retirement, they've been transformational. And they've come with some challenges and opportunities and some big life changes like we just talked about.
We wanted to ask you, what changes are you going through? This is not the easiest time, but if you put work into it, look for opportunities, be mindful of balance, these will be the best years of your life. We knew we did not want to live a traditional retirement. You know, the kind where you sit back and take it easy and do nothing.
And we know we didn't want to do that because we tried it. We tried it for about 1.5 years and we failed. We realized it just wasn't sustainable for us. And we began to suffer in many key areas of our life, didn't we?
We did. We suffered in our relationships. Our health suffered. Our mental health started to suffer.
So what we did was we created for ourselves a better retirement that we called Retirement Transformed. And we used all of these tools that we came up with to have a track to run on to live this most amazing time of our life.
So today we're going to share with you 3 major life changes that we noticed after only 3 years in retirement.
Yeah, 3 things we didn't really contemplate. Now, if you're new to us, my name is Mark Rollins.
And I'm Jody Rollins, and we started Retirement Transform in 2017. Not only for us, but for all of you and the 10,000 people turning 65 every day.
Now, we don't focus on the financial aspects of retirement, but rather we focus on lifestyle, health, relationships, wisdom sharing, and more.
You know, if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button below so you'll get notified when all our new videos come out. But let's jump into the 3 big life changes we experienced in our first 3 years of retirement. The first one is how challenging it's been on our relationship.
Yeah, like seriously challenging. This is going to be good.
The second one is that we were really surprised at how healthy we were and how healthy we were getting.
I know. We weren't
That was good
healthy when
news.
we started, but we are now. We love this. You're going to
One
love
of us was pretty healthy.
What do you mean?
Okay.
All right. The third one was really trying to balance a traditional retirement, sitting back, taking it easy, having fun, travel and all that, trying to balance that and building a second career, which is this business. That's been a challenge for us.
It definitely has been a challenge for us, and it's a slippery slope, which we'll talk about.
So we spent 40 years waiting for retirement. And honestly, it was here before we knew it. And now 3 years later, we said, why don't we reflect on what's changed most in our lives?
You know, and what we noticed more than anything was the amount of change that did take place. You know, some of it was good, some of it was bad, some of it took energy, planning, hard work, and we did all of that to get to where we are today.
But the biggest change for us came right after we left our career. We both retired on December 28th, 2018, the same day, at the same time. And that Friday night we went home and we had a blast, didn't we?
We did. We spent the entire weekend celebrating. You know, we were celebrating our newfound freedom. But on Monday, reality set in and we were a bit lost.
Yeah. Luckily, we'd done a fair amount of work in creating a path and creating a shared vision that we both had for our retirement.
So let's get to it. The first big change, as we look back over the past 3 years, has been in our relationships. And I will tell you, some of the areas of our relationship became better day by day,
It
right?
did. Yeah, it has.
So we've had a time to explore some shared interests like golf and boating and health and wellness.
Yeah, and we both are on the same page with that, which is great.
Right.
And it's gotten better. And the other area that we're really doing well in is having really good alignment in our core family values. We have more time, so we give our kids more time. We're deepening and growing these relationships and really becoming memory makers for our children.
And I think the third area that has gone well for us
Right.
in our relationship, always good to start with the things that have gone well.
Right, because the things that didn't go well, You got to
are
stay for
coming.
these. They're coming.
But the third thing that did go well was our desire to be long life learners, both of us. Insatiable appetites for learning with books and online courses and writing and going back to school. And that's been a really great shared desire of ours.
So let's touch on the areas where we face some challenges. And we continue to work hard in these areas. So the first area is communication. Now look, it's really easy to get off the rails,
Especially with you.
especially with me, according to Jody, but also especially with Jody, according to Mark.
Right.
But it's easy to get off the rails. So we work really hard at this. And now we're over communicating. And the big tool that we use really is focusing on the art of responding to the other person and not reacting.
Right.
And-
I'm not great at that.
And I'll throw this in there, non-verbal communication.
The rolling of the eyes.
Not the rolling of the eyes. Yeah. All
The
right.
second thing that challenged us, and it might be challenging you too with your spouse, is suddenly you're spending all day and all night together. You know, during your career, you had a separate 8 to 10 hours a day where you were doing your thing. You were getting fulfillment in other areas. You were with other people. And then you looked forward to seeing each other at the end of the day. Now, it's 24/7 almost.
The other thing we're doing when we found a challenge is we're building a business together. Now, this is a new experience for us. Jody comes from a corporate background. I come from an entrepreneur. So we clash all the time on trying to build this business. We have different bandwidth, different patience, different perseverance, different drive, and different ways upon doing things.
Right.
But we work it out, and we're, listen, the business is growing, we're doing great, we're really enjoying it.
Well, I think what's interesting is, we're in a business that neither one of us had ever been in, right? So
Right.
we're in this online business with a YouTube channel, we're creating lead gens,
We didn't even know what a lead gen was.
sometimes you even forget what a lead
Yeah.
gen is. We're creating mini courses and challenges. We're learning how to do video and editing. It's like all new skills, and it does get a little frustrating.
So what we do, though, we're really good about talking about it. We try to add humor and fun. And honestly, the other thing is really taking breaks from each other as needed. I need to get my alone time, and you do as well.
And I think we accomplish that in our morning routines, which
We
is
do.
a whole nother video, but yeah.
So the second change that we noticed is...
So the first was relationship.
Right. Communication. No, relationship.
Relationship.
Our relationship. Are we going to go back to that again?
No.
All right, we covered that. But the second thing is we were surprised how much we now focus on our health. Listen, I watched my parents in retirements and they did not focus on their health. But during our career, we made little time for it. We had a little focus. And we really, we didn't know as much as we know now. And we know it's critically important to do well in this area.
It is. And what we did first in this area was we really created separate visions. What did we want it to look like 10, 20, even 30 years out? And I know you have a great vision.
Listen, I work so hard on this, and it's so simple. I will be physically independent at the age of 90. Now, having that vision helps me motivate to ride my bicycle, to work out every morning, to meditate, to journal, to exercise, and you do the same thing with your yoga and everything else. So
I really
so
think, though, the visions motivated us to create the habits
Right.
and the routines so that we could ultimately get there.
Because that's the vision's the motivation, and that forces us and makes us want to do what we want to do. Now, we do spend a lot of time monitoring and tracking our results. We use a lot of health apps. We use the Aura Ring.
Yeah, that's
Big
right.
fans of the Aura Ring. And we also hold each other accountable, not for results, but really for making sure we do our habits and routines.
That's right, because it's not as much about the results as it is about what we do each day to live the healthy lifestyle and to really live towards that vision
Right.
that we both want to be in our best physical and mental health that we've
Right.
ever been in.
And third change, balancing a traditional retirement with building a second career.
And we're not alone here.
No, and
A lot of you are doing that.
And a lot of people just do the traditional retirement. And listen, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. That wasn't good for us. That wasn't enough. And parts of the retirement that we cherish, it's the freedom. The freedom from our old careers, the structure, the accountability to others, the reports we had to do, and all of that. We have freedom now to do what we want to do when we want to do it. Even the freedom to travel. So that part of traditional retirement we want to hold on to. Well, we got this business that we're doing.
Right. And we tried the all-in 100% traditional retirement, and honestly for us it just wasn't sustainable. We tried it and it didn't work, and we needed to try something else.
So as we said earlier, we worked hard on developing our own retirement transform, and it began to work well. And as we started to share this with friends, they kept asking us questions like, gosh, you guys are great, what's going on? We would tell them what we're doing, and we realized that we could build a business around this. And while we love this business, and we love doing this and sharing everything with you, we find ourselves 3 years later in a little delicate balancing act, don't we?
We do, because we want to limit the amount of time we spend on the business so we can still do those traditional retirement things and relax and enjoy the freedom. But it's expanding. This business is really expanding. So we're walking a slippery slope, and sometimes we're out of balance.
So here's what we're doing. And we really worked on this a lot for the last couple of weeks. So what we do on a regular basis, we schedule everything in our calendars, work and fun.
Yep.
We share calendars. And third thing we do is we limit the days we work. We don't work Fridays or weekends.
That's right.
Tomorrow's Friday, Friday's off, and the weekend. 2 of our kids are here. We're going to have a blast.
And I always declare on Thursday, just for clarity
Yep,
purposes,
you do.
that I am not working Friday.
Sometimes we have to sneak in something, but it's rare.
Not tomorrow.
Not tomorrow.
Okay. We also limit the hours that we work each day. From like 9 to 3. I sometimes am like 10 to 3, to be honest. You're a little more diligent in the morning by getting here. But as we expand, the other thing we do is we're looking to hire more people. And we've done that. And that's helped us delegate some of the things that we're doing. We're constantly visiting our priorities for both work and fun.
Right. It's been great. The first 3 years of our retirement, they've been transformational. And they've come with some challenges and opportunities and some big life changes like we just talked about.
We wanted to ask you, what changes are you going through? This is not the easiest time, but if you put work into it, look for opportunities, be mindful of balance, these will be the best years of your life.
So we hope you guys are enjoying this. And if you are, do us a favor, hit the subscribe button, like it, share it, leave some comments below. The more activity you do, the more people will see this video, and then you can share it with your friends and we can tell our story to a wider audience.
And finally, join our free Facebook community. The link is in the notes below.
Thanks so much for listening, and we look forward to being with you again next week.